Hi guys! So in this video, we're going to talk about what it was like to take the California real estate license exam. So before I took my test, I wanted to know exactly what the experience was going to be like. I didn't want any surprises because for some reason, there's not a lot of detail out there. I don't know. For me, I'm super curious because I want to be as prepared as possible. I took my exam in San Diego because when I signed up, that was the only location available. And though I'm in LA and San Diego is about 2 to 3 hours away, depending on traffic, I figured it would be better to just schedule the exam instead of having to wait and see when they would offer it again. This actually turned out to be really good because, as you know, the COVID cases have spiked again and they've canceled it, and I don't know when they will be rescheduling the California state exam. But don't lose hope, because when I first was looking into scheduling it, they also didn't have the exam for months and months, and it took a really long time for me to keep logging on to the site just to see if they had any availability. So you will be able to schedule it, and this will all be a thing of the past. The test was really early in the morning, unfortunately, because I'm not a morning person, but I tried to get to bed as early as I could. I mean, I was studying up until the last minute before going to bed, just doing the practice exams, which might have been overkill, but it turned out to be good. My test had the start time of 8:30, but they tell you to get there half an hour in advance at least, so to check in and do everything. So as soon as I got there was a line already, and a lady was already ushering me to go put my stuff in a locker. So you have to put everything into this locker except for your license, which they use as your ID obviously, your mask on your face, and the key to the locker that you will get. And the key doesn't really lock anything because the locker actually has a 4-digit code. So remember, a 4-digit code that you can use to unlock it. The key is just a number to attach it to the locker so you can remember which one it is. And I actually brought my wrist brace because my wrist hurts when I use a computer for long periods of time. And luckily they let me use it. There actually wasn't any problem. They just wanted to see inside of it. So after putting all my stuff in the locker, I was able to use the restroom, and then I came back and went in line and checked in. They just want to make sure that you're not trying to cheat and have anything written. And then they give you a mouse, and that mouse has a number on it. So once you're ready, you go into the room. And actually, I was really surprised because there was quite a few people in there and they were already taking the test. I thought you had to start like at 8:30, but you basically get to start when you get in there. But it's not like you get extra time. Your time starts when you start the test. So you get a mouse and you go to the desk with a number on it. They space it out, so it's one person's space and then another person. So you do have enough room. Social distancing. So in San Diego, you take the test on a computer, and how it is the computer is underneath the desk. The desk is flat and there is a clear glass, and then the computer screen is underneath it. So you can see, but nobody else can see your screen. Because I kind of wondered that, like, people can kind of look, but no, you cannot see the screen from any angle except if you're right above it. So you have your mouse. They give you a little whiteboard with a whiteboard pen if you want. I didn't even really realize that until later, and I thought, oh, maybe I should write something down. I don't know. They give you an erase board. You have to put your license and the key at the top of your desk. And if you take a break, then you got to hand that in. So you get to the desk and you look down at the computer. It tells you instructions and then says, are you ready? And then once you're ready, then you push the ready button, and that's when your time starts. So how it's set up is the test center you enter. To the left is where you check in, and then there's the line. The lockers are behind the desk, and then the bathrooms to the right, and there's this huge glass door. Behind there are all of the desks. So basically, when you're taking the test, you are facing the glass doors. You are facing the checkout thing. So, and they have the people in there that make sure you aren't cheating. So you're basically facing forward of where you came in, and there's the glass doors and you can see everything. So it could be a little distracting when people come in and stuff, if you're easily distracted like me. So you can start the test by pushing the start button, and then it has the questions listed on the computer one by one. But it's really great because on the side, you have a whole list of the questions. So how I did it is I knew I had 3 hours and 150 questions. So my first plan was to go through every single question, and the ones that I knew for sure or were really 90% positive on, I was going to mark an answer down, which is exactly what I did. And the ones that I didn't know, I just left them blank. But if you leave them blank, you can tell exactly which questions. You can go back on the left because it's a separate tab, so you don't have to like push a next or back button, trying to find it. It's really easy to see which ones you haven't done. So I did all the questions. I went through all of them for, one time, and it took me about an hour to get through all of them. And I think I skipped about maybe 23 to 25 questions out of the 150. So I knew that I had plenty of time left. So my second round was to go to the questions that I didn't know. Then I answered those. And then I went to the very first question and started from the beginning and went all the way down, reading every single question again, very carefully, because as you know, if you take these prep exam courses, a lot of the questions can kind of trick you by saying which one is not true or not false, or, the double negatives where you're like, wait, what is? So anyways, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't answer a question incorrectly because of a misunderstanding. So if you need to take a break or go to the bathroom, which I definitely did, you just take your mouse and your license, you go to the front, you turn it in, and you go to the bathroom, and then when you're done, you get your stuff and you go back. On your computer screen, there is a place for you to say taking a break, but it doesn't stop the time. It just, I think, probably clears the screen so nobody else can see it. So then when you come back, you just say, I'm back, and then it starts up again. So don't worry about if you have to go to the bathroom or take a break, but just know that it does eat into your time, but I think you have plenty of time. So when I was finished, I clicked that I was finished on the computer. I erased the notes that I had on my whiteboard, and I took my mouse and my license. I went up to the front, I handed them in, and then I went to my locker and got my stuff. And then she handed me a piece of paper, and they tell you not to open it until you get outside because everybody, since they're facing the front, they can see you, and I think they want to avoid any like, oh my God, I didn't pass, or I passed, so they're really distracting. So you have to go outside. So as soon as I went outside, I ripped the paper open and it was like, congratulations. So that was really exciting. So I hope this video helped in giving you a little preview of what it's going to be like to take your exam in San Diego and in the time of COVID. Regarding the exam, I did make a video on how I studied and prepped for the California real estate license exams. So if you want to check that out, I'll put the link in the description below. Please let me know if this helped. And if you have any other questions or comments, put them in the comment box below and I'll try to answer them as best I can. If you've enjoyed watching this, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos just like this.